Hi guys, thank you very much for your time in tuning in to another video from Mr. Michael's channel for extraordinary young people. This time we are looking at CIE O-Level English Paper 2, which is the reading exam. If you're interested in the paper 1, which is the writing exam, please go back to the channel and find the video which is all about that paper. Now, what are we going to do in the next few minutes? First of all, we're going to think about the task types on paper 2, and then after that we're going to look at how long we should spend on each section of the exam, and then finally we're going to work out how many marks are available for each section and in total. So this is a screenshot of the front page of the October-November 2018 O-Level English exam. And as you can see, I've highlighted some of the most important pieces of information. On the left-hand side in the box, it tells you that paper 2 is the reading exam, which you know by now. On the right-hand side, it tells you how much time you have to complete the paper, which is 1 hour and 45 minutes. You will notice that that is a little bit longer than paper 1. Then it says additional materials, insert. Now, an insert is a document that you will be provided with, which will have 2 texts on it, 2 passages on it, and you will answer your questions using those reading materials. Then a little bit further down, I've highlighted that you should not use staples, paper clips, glue, or correction fluid, Tipp-Ex, white out, whatever term you use to describe it. And I know that many students like to use that stuff, so I think it's important from now to recognize or to know that you can't use it in the exam. And the final thing that I've highlighted, it says answer all questions in both section 1 and section 2. That means there are no choices available. You have to answer every question which you find on the paper. So let's have a look at section 1, which is called Reading for Ideas. Now, section 1 has 3 parts, and the first of those parts is called note-taking, and there are 12 marks available for that. The second part is called summary writing, for which there are 10 marks, and the third section, the third part, is called fact and opinion, and there are 3 marks available for that. So if you were to do the maths and add up all of those numbers in blue, you would work out that there are 25 marks available in total for section 1 of the reading exam. Now remember that you will receive an insert, and on that insert there will be a text that you will use for section 1. Now that text will always be factual, such as an article or a report of some type, and your responsibility is to note down required information, such as similarities and differences, problems and solutions, or advantages and disadvantages. Now, that might become a little bit clearer when you look at this past paper question, which is taken from the October-November 2018 O-Level English exam. Now, it says, read passage 1, which is called Cars, in the insert, and answer all of the questions below. And so the note-taking section, which is part A, you have to identify and write down the information in the passage which describes the changes created by the car and the disadvantages that the car has brought. So you will read the text, and then you will identify the changes created by the car and the disadvantages that the car has brought. That's what the task is. And it's important to notice, and I've highlighted it in a red box there, at this stage you do not need to use your own words. So you can use the same words that are in the passage, but you shouldn't write too much and you shouldn't write too little. All you have to do is identify the key points, the key changes created by the car, and the key disadvantages that the car has brought. And the maximum number of points you can get for this section is 12, which means that you should have at least 12 points written down, if not more, because if you have more, if some of your points that you've written down are wrong, then the examiner will jump over the wrong ones and continue marking until they get to 12 marks or they get to the end of your answers. The final part of section 1 is the fact and opinion questions, and what you are required to do in this part is to find opinions in the text. And so the question asks you to reread paragraphs 1 and 6 and identify and write down one opinion from paragraph 1 and two opinions from paragraph 6. So there are 3 marks available for this, and your job is to go to the text and identify opinions rather than facts from the text. So to remind you, there are 25 marks available in total for section 1 of paper 2. Okay, so on to section 2, which is called Reading for Meaning and is basically a reading comprehension task. Now, what you have to do in section 2 is answer a series of short answer and multiple choice questions, and there are 25 marks available in total for section 2. Now, the text that you will read in Reading for Meaning will always be a narrative of some type, maybe a report, maybe an article, or maybe a story, and you will be assessed by means of 5 question types. And those 5 question types are literal questions, inferential questions, in your own word questions, writer's craft questions, and vocabulary questions. Now, there will be videos made available on all of those different question types, so look out for them on the channel. Now, we can't go through all of the different question types. It would make this video extremely long, but what I'm going to show you is just a sample of one of the question types here. As you can see, it asks you to read the passage. This is taken from the October-November 2018 exam, and then you have to answer all of the questions. And the questions do tell you which paragraph the answer is to be found in. So as you can see inside the red box, it says from paragraph 1. And each question will give you the number of marks that is available for that question. As you can see, question 3A is 1 mark and question 3B is 2 marks. So to sum up, let's look through all of the information that we've covered. There are 2 sections in the exam. The first one is called Reading for Ideas, and the second one is called Reading for Meaning. And there are 25 marks available for each section, which makes 50 marks in total, and you are allowed 1 hour and 45 minutes in total to complete the exam. Now that means that we recommend approximately 50 minutes on each task, and maybe you would have a little bit left over to check over your answers and your responses. I hope that that's useful. I hope that it's helped you, and I look forward to working with you again soon. Take care. Goodbye.